Emily's Adventure Part 2. The giant scooped his hand down and picked up Emily, sticking her straight into his pocket, as if she was just a toy. But she wasn't, she was a human being, but he didn't know that. Soon the giant was at his house. He didn't live in their castle, that's just a myth. He lived in a normal home like everybody else, just 10 times bigger. That's all. He put his hand in his pocket, very carefully this time, found Emily, lifted her out very gently and put her on the table in the kitchen. She thought she was on the floor till she realised when she walked about she was on the table. "I'm on a kitchen table. Oh no, please don't eat me," she said on her knees. I haven't done anything wrong. I don't taste very nice. I taste horrible. I've bitten myself before. It doesn't taste very nice. Honest, I'm horrible. I'm poisonous. You might die if you eat me. The giant says, hold on. With a booming voice, Emily fell on the table with her hands on her ears. She was crying. His voice was that loud it hurt her ears. Looking down, the giant realised this and could see Emily crying. Then he realised what he had done. His voice was too loud. So he spoke with a very, very, very quiet whisper. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. It's been a long time since I spoke to anybody, because everybody round here are all scared of me. So I used my big booming voice to keep them away. I'm sorry. Can I do anything to help you?" He put his finger down, poking Emily in the side. She looked up and wiped the tears away and realised he was smiling. She went, "I forgive you." The giant says, "What?" She went, "I forgive you," she shouted. The giant laughed and laughed and laughed. He said his side was hurting. He'd never laughed for a long time. He was very happy. So he put his head on the table and put his ear next to Emily. She spoke to his ear and said, "Hello, I'm Emily. I'm 9 years old and I'm a human. Who are you?" The giant looked at her and says, I'm a giant. Nobody's ever asked me my name. My name's Martin, actually. Wow, I've never heard my name for a long time. Nobody's ever asked me what my name is. Yes, my name is Martin. Pleased to meet you, Emily," he said in a very, very, very quiet voice. But to Emily, it was just the right sound to hear. It didn't hurt. So Emily and Martin were at the table sitting down. Martin said, "Do you want some food?" But then Emily laughed when he was putting giant pieces of food down. She went, "I can't eat giant food. Oops, sorry." So he gave her crumbs. But to Emily, they were massive. But she ate them. She was starving. Been 1 day since she had any food. Yeah, 1 day without sleep. So now she was eating and then tried to give her a drink. That was tricky. He found a little tiny, weeny thimble and she had a drink. So Emily and Martin were sitting talking about why was he mean. He said he wasn't mean, but giant hunters had been and they killed his family, and that's what made him angry. But now that had been a long time and everybody was scared of him, he forgot. But now he's met Emily, he had changed. He had laughed and seen another side, a better side of life than everybody being scared of him. Emily said, "That's a good start. do you know Bob? Bob the fairy, said Martin. I knew him a long time ago. We used to be friends, but not anymore. He's scared of me now. Everybody's scared of me, said the giant, and started crying. Stop, stop, said Emily. You're drowning me. I can't swim. Martin stopped crying and started laughing again, because he thought it was funny that she was drowning on the kitchen table. Not in a pool, but still. He was just a giant, a person, a normal person. And Emily was a person too. She was just smaller than him. So he decided to show her around his house. He showed her his big, ginormous TV. Emily fell on the ground and collapsed. Ah! Oh, I can't. Oh, so I tell you so big, she said. I can't say what I want to say, she said. I'll get wrong. I'm not supposed to say naughty words. Martin said, you shouldn't say naughty words, or you will get wrong. But I know what you mean. It is a big TV for such a little tiny person. So, yes, it is. It's big. So, it's like a mountain, really, that big. So he showed around the rest of the house and looked out the window, and in the distance, right in the very, very distance, what Emily could see was where the fairies lived. She said, oh, you didn't hurt Bob. No, is that true it was who flew off? I didn't know it was Bob. Honest. He must have been really, really scared. He was moving very fast towards the Magic Kingdom again. Yep, that was Bob. So what we're going to do? I can't stop it. I have to get home somewhere. The child says, let me think about that. I've got a box. You're not putting me in a box. You can't just post me. Why not? Everybody uses the post. But I'm a person. I'm a human being. I'm not a parcel. The fairies wanted to post me. You want to post me? Seriously, stop trying to post me. I'm not a parcel. Martin laughed. Seriously? I'm not good. You didn't believe me, did you? I'm just kidding. Where do you live? In a house. The giant said, that's a good start. There's like lots of them. More clues? I'm not really sure. I live with me granddad. Where does your granddad live? In a house. This is getting nowhere, as I said, Martin. Emily said, I agree. I don't know where I live. It's in a road. Do you know where your school is? Yes, I know where my school is. Where? Where my school is, on a road. I don't know. I'm only 9. The giant sighed. How did you get here? Well, that's a funny question. I'll answer that one. Well, I was in bed and I saw these lights. Cut, said Martin. How did you get here? Really, I don't need all the story. Just tell me, how did you really get here? Well, I caught a spite. You caught a what? I caught a spite, like a fairy, but naughty. I know what they are. How did they catch it? In a jar. Chuckled Emily. You should have seen her face. She was surprised when I put the lid on. The giant says, okay, that must have been funny. It was till you started flying about and using magic. Why didn't you leave go? Good question. Why didn't I leave go? I didn't want it to get away, so I kept that. I wanted to show my granddad. And out the window I went. Next thing I was in the air, and I must have blacked out. And next thing you know, I'm in the fairy kingdom. The giant says, okay, what did this spite look like? Well, she had a purple dress, and she had purple hair, and she had blue eyes. The giant says, I know who she is. She's the Spite Queen. You caught the Queen? It's the first time she's ever been caught. Oh, I mean, I should not laugh, said Martin. But it is funny. She always said to me she couldn't get caught. Nobody could ever catch her. And you caught her. Ha ha, embarrassing. They both laughed. Had something to eat. Then Martin said, I know where she lives. have a sleep. In the morning, we'll go and pay you a visit. Well, the next morning, Emily woke up, had something to eat, and Martin said, "Are you okay? I'll have to stick you in my pocket. Please don't put me in your pocket. It's dark inside there. Scary, some of the stuff you got in your pocket." "Okay," says Martin. I don't know where to put you. About in your hand." Never thought of that one. "Okay, you can sit in my hand, but you'll have to be careful. Don't fall off, it's not my fault." So that's what he did. He carried it in his hand and off they went, down the road. He just lived in a normal house. Emily thought, a normal path, normal trees, just everything was twice as big, 10 times as big. Everything was giant. But it was just normal. If I'd been bigger, said Emily, this would have been where I lived. Have I shrunk? No, I don't think so, because them fairies were small, so I don't think I've shrunk. Or have I? Said Emily. She hadn't really. She just lived in a normal neighbourhood where lots of other giants would have lived, but they've all been got rid of. So Martin walked down the road, into the woods, very, very quiet. "Shh," he said very loudly. "This is where she lives. This is where Isabella lives. She's the Queen of the Spice." Shh. He put his hand down and lifted up a little house and put his hand over the top. And he said, "You do know I'm inside here?" Martin looked down and said, "Oh no, I didn't realise, I'm sorry. I forgot you were in there." "Yeah, and Isabella's here as well, and she's angry." Talk it out, work it out together. Asked her to take you back home. She said, "She doesn't want to." Martin said, "I'll clap my hands." "No, no," came a little voice outside his hands from two of them. "Don't clap your hands, we're inside here." Martin thought, "Okay, I won't clap my hands, but I'm not kidding. You better tell her where she lives or else I clap." And we said, "Please, please don't." But Martin was just bluffing. He was just kidding. So Isabella told Emily where she lived and how to get back. The giant lifted his hands open and Isabella flew off quick. Emily said, "She told me where I live. Do you see them big trees over there? Where the mountain is? Yeah, on the other side of there is where I live." Martin said, "That's good, but before then, I'll have to see." That's tricky. I've never been over there before. We'll have to go back home and have a look at a map." So they did. Martin and Emily went back home. They sat down, got out the map, and that was the end of part 2.